Right, hi guys, good afternoon. This is part of our Investing Insights 2018, where we talk about what investments will do well for this year, or how can you find specific options on how you can make your money work hard this 2018. So you guys are in for a treat this afternoon kasi we have one of the, arguably one of the best real estate gurus, not just gurus, but he knows his stuff. And every time I talk about real estate, he's one of the go-to guys. No? So if you guys want advice about what property you should actually get, this guy will help you, and you can get so much info. And I'm sure ito pa lang, this will be the highlight of your year. I'm talking about Mr. Carl D.
Hello everybody. Thank you, Marvin, for inviting me for this Facebook Live. Hi to all the billions of Marvin Guillermo's followers all over the world, from the Philippines to Asia to America, all the way to New Zealand and Antarctica.
No. So, very, very interesting. For people who don't know you, what do you do on a day-to-day
Hi, basically,
aspect?
my name is Carl D. I'm a property guru. I'm a teacher. I teach about property. I'm the president of Spectrum Investments, and our company is an advisory company. Clients come to us, and we give them advice on what's happening in the market. We tell them where to invest, where the infrastructure. Property kasi is you invest before the bridge comes or after the bridge? Before, right? Before the bridge completes. Do you invest in property before the buildings go up, before the developments, or after the developments? So we kind of scan the market and we tell our clients.
So with what you're doing, does it take a lot of time also, or since you're exposed into the real estate industry, it's more passive already for you?
I think a property, if you look at the 100-year history, is really more of a passive type of investments. It's not as active as stocks or business. It's something that you just invest, buy, then you just collect rentals. Or if you buy land, you just wait. Not really a lot of work to do. Especially for people who, let's say, if you buy a property in an area where, let's say, Mega World or Ayala Land is developing, so you just buy the land, let it sit, and let Ayala do all the work. You just come back after 10 years, 5 years, and reap the benefits. So it's a very, very simple and easy life as a property investor.
Here's a question that I'm sure a lot of people will want to know.
Yeah.
Where should they start investing their, I guess if it's their first time to buy property, should they invest in the metro or should they go outside?
I think if you're a first-time investor, 90% of it is really your mindset, your approach. You have to remember that property is a medium to long-term type of investments. You don't buy a property and then monitor it every day, every month, and see how it's growing. So property is something that you buy, then you let the developments bring you up. For example, if you bought a property in, let's say, Green Hills, maybe a 1 million property during the 80s, you can sell now for 100 million. So that's what, 100 times, 1,000 times, 1 million to 100 million.
What was interesting? What made Green Hills interesting? What was something that was there that caused the property to go up?
Property goes up because of one word: appreciation. When you define the word appreciation, it means it's desired by many people. So why did Green Hills appreciate? Well, it's a nice neighborhood. It's an affluent neighborhood. It's safe. It's convenient. You have shopping malls. You have grocery. You have schools. You have good schools there. It's near the EDSA. It's near infrastructure. So these are the things that makes a neighborhood go up in price, appreciate. Yes.
So if you would pick, is it actually better head to head, Ortigas versus Green Hills? You would pick Green Hills more than Ortigas, or how should people approach it as well?
Ortigas and Green Hills are basically on the same track.
Okay.
When you say Ortigas, it's like the Valle Verdes, the Corinthian. Green Hills is Green Hills. It's very similar. So they also have very similar price point and appreciation.
So when people are approaching this, should you recommend that they go for residential or to go to commercial investments, especially for Green Hills and Ortigas, which are all parang commercial centers.
Okay, where to go? Commercial, residential? You go where the supply is low and the demand is high, wherever that may be.
So any tips for that? Can they find that still in Metro Manila, or is it better outside?
You know, I get clients asking me, Carl, is today still a good buy? Diba? You know, that question has been there for ages. Maybe 100 years ago, people were asking, is it still a good time to buy property? What used to be 1 peso is now 3 peso per square. Backtrack maybe 50 years ago in the 1950s, is it still good to buy Bel Air at 2,000 peso per square? Now Bel Air is maybe 150, 200,000 per square. So that question,
Carl D levels, guys. Carl D levels, yeah.
that kind of question has always been there. People always ask me, Carl, is the price still going up? But it's still going up. So I guess if you look at history, price will just over time go up, no? But you don't have to worry about that because there are two types of property. Maybe three. One is high, then you expect it to go higher.
Okay.
Right? That's for more money players, more expert. You buy high, expect a higher high. The safest is to buy maybe low, but you see potential, so that when it goes to not super high, but it goes up, you make a profit.
Is that Clark, Cavite, or Bulacan? Is that...
Okay, areas that are developing. There's a lot of areas that are developing right now, and you know, in grade school, Marvin, we were taught na.
I wasn't born when you were grade school, but
I'm just 26, man. So, it's very simple. It's social studies. You built a road, then the farm flourished because there's a farm to market road, right? So road is very critical. That's why personally I'm very excited in the next 10 years of the Philippines because of our build. So with build, with infrastructure coming, rest assured the prices of property will definitely go up. It's just a norm. Whenever there's infrastructure, there's a skyway, prices go up. Take for example, Ayala, Alabang.
okay.
The people in Ayala, Alabang,
From the south.
from the south, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, anybody from the south there, please
Comment below. Yeah.
comment if you're from the south.
If you live in Ayala, comment below.
If you're around 40 years old right now,
Okay.
during college and high school, you would have gone through long traffic from Alabang to, let's say, if you studied Ateneo or UP, diba? You would go through the traffic of EDSA rehabilitation, construction of the Skyway, construction of the MRT, then extension of the Skyway. But those construction ended maybe around 8 years ago, I think, no, 8 years ago. And what happened to the property prices in Alabang? From 20,000 per square to 30,000 to 40, now easily 70,000 per square. Because infrastructure was complete. Very simple.
Okay. Can that be a pattern that can be found in the Valley area? The Valley area?
Definitely. So the Valley is one of our favorites right now because it's a pattern. 50 years ago, people were living, let's say, in Binondo, in Escolta, diba? Then Ayala started to build something. Say, okay, we're building something in the south. It's gonna be like the America with American-sized mall, entertainment, mixed use. For the first time, we're gonna do a mixed use. It's gonna be called Makati. Some people say, I don't want to go to Makati. It's too far. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stay in Escolta. But now, look at the property prices of Makati. An easy 100, 200 peso per square is now worth
Escolta is how much?
300,000 per square. I'm not sure with Escolta right
Okay,
now.
okay.
But Makati and these newer cities like Ortigas have really taken over.
So the clue is to get where there's a lot of construction. So while you were saying that, I was thinking, the Cavite area is where Calax will pass and Cavitex will pass, then the LRT will pass. Is
Definitely.
that something
Definitely.
that they should consider first?
The neighborhoods where the Calax will run through,
Okay.
the neighborhoods where the LRT will pass through will definitely have growth. So you just follow the infrastructure. You don't need no rocket science. You just follow the infrastructure, follow the big developers where they are growing. That's where the growth will be.
So when roads will pass to a certain area, then you have like 4 developers developing in that area. How do you pick which developer will fit you? What is there a rule of thumb, a technique that possibly that will yield them better rental income or better appreciation later on?
Okay, if there are 4 developers in one area, no, so yeah, that would be tricky. No, that would be tricky.
What's the Carl D get rich technique?
Okay. We're property. We're get rich over the long term.
Over the long term. Okay.
So yeah, in areas where there are different, usually developers, they don't compete head on with each other. So if let's say Ayala is doing this size, Mega World will probably do the other size, and Philinvest will probably do something else. So they complement each other. So yeah. But
so,
the way to analyze
the one we see in the fort is rare lang, no, that there's a lot of Mega World and Ayala in one place.
In Fort BGC, you have many players here, which drives the developments here. You have Mega World, you have Ayala, you have Philinvest is here, Federal Land is a big chunk. You have Robinsons here, you have Shangri-La here. So that's a formula that you can watch out for. There are plenty of developers in one area. Expect that development will be fast and price appreciation will go up faster.
So, but given that price appreciation is already big here, is it still sound to do it here in BGC or go na lang to Ortigas where you said there's infrastructure safe, it's a bustling business district, and
I get that question all the time, Marvin. Well, BGC, I guess for you to be able to accept BGC or analyze BGC is to accept that it's really a very premium location. It's very premium. It's like, Taipei 101, right? You came from Taiwan, right? They had the highest
Sinyi district. Sinyi.
Is it an expensive district? Is it a new district?
Yes, it is.
It's very expensive there.
Pang simending ako. Just kidding. Okay.
On night market.
Okay.
So, BGC is like top of our game.
Okay.
So expect that it's expensive. We have the British school here, the international schools. So expect that it's expensive, it's pricey. But if you live here, you get what you pay for, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for living, it's okay. But to rent it out to people, would you suggest that still, or it's more better for consumption?
Okay, I guess the safest way to invest is buy low, then let the developments go up. No? For BGC, prices are higher now. It's still very desirable by expat renters, but I guess watch out for the size and the market that you're catering to. For example, I think in BGC, if you're catering to the expat market, maybe 150 a month, 250, 300,000 budget, the demand is still there. There's still a big demand for quality apartments.
These are 3 bedrooms and up.
2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Because why do expats like to be in BGC? Well, they're comfortable with their surroundings. Everything is near. When they go to work, they leave their family here. It's safe, and everything is just available here. But most of all, as parents, we know that we can adjust as parents in favor of our kids. And you have the British school here, you have the Japanese school, you have the international school. So with that here, we have a very strong expat community here of expats with kids because of those 3 schools.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you analyze the market demographics. So in different areas, you would have different market demographics. You would have expats, you would have BPO workers, you have construction workers. You would have the Tindera market.
Okay.
So you can make money in all markets. For example, the Tindera market. I have a client. They do dormitories, bed space for Tinderas, or Landmark, SM, National.
But these are condos, or
these are not branded condos, but maybe smaller fringes of the business district. So what am I saying? There's a lot of market segment. You can choose which market segment you want to target. You have the student market, diba? If you have a condo, a property in La Salle, Ateneo, you get good returns.
Since there's a lot of BPOs here, is it still advisable to have
Very
BPO
good question.
rentals here?
from a residential point of view, there's
Uh-huh.
actually a very, very, very strong demand for BPO worker housing in BGC
Okay.
because there's no supply.
They have higher disposable income?
Not as high as what. Okay, there's a bit of a mismatch in BGC. You have very expensive properties, but largely you have BPO centered offices with BPO workers. That's why there's a mismatch. There's a big demand where the BPO workers will go home
To houses that are further.
for their own for rental.
Okay,
So
okay.
somebody. That's why if you go outside Kalayaan, Rembo, Sembo, you will see dormitories coming about. So it's really just an analysis of the market.
Okay. There's one question here is asking,
Oh, yeah.
what's your take on Vistaland?
Vistaland,
VLL,
these are very good properties. It depends on what's the location, no? But Manivillar builds good properties also. Just compare the prices and yeah.
Ako, I have a question. The biggest question that I would get also is, this is for consumption that I want to buy my house, but my concern is if I buy a bigger house, my travel time will be expensive or will take a long time because
Right,
I'm traveling longer periods. Should I do that, or I should get a smaller one close to the city, but it's probably double or triple the price that I would want to get?
Very good question. So Marvin is asking, do I buy a bigger house,
What's further?
meaning space, in exchange for time? Or do I go for smaller space but I get time? Very good question, di ba? So the answer there is, it's up to you. Whatever floats your boat, yeah?
Okay,
So,
okay.
It's really very personal. So to summarize that sentence is, what is more important to you? Time or space?
So there's no
There's
right or
no
wrong.
right or wrong answer.
Okay.
Personally, me as Carl D, I would value time. I'm okay to live in a small space because personally I like small spaces. I like small cars, I like small spaces. When I go overseas, I like to stay in boutique small hotels. I like the coziness of it. So that's my personal preference. But I value time.
Because money you can bring back, time you cannot. Oh, totoo.
You cannot take
Oh.
money with you to heaven.
Yeah. There's another question. Christopher Ko, what can you say about Grand Hyatt?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Grand Hyatt in BGC is a premium apartment. It's pricey.
Okay.
But I'm excited with the place. Right now, if you go
Uptown
there,
area, close to Uptown?
it's gonna be connected to Uptown, but it's by Federal Land. So Federal Land will have its own version. I think they're gonna call it like a Big Apple, New York City style. I'm very excited
So it's
about
premium.
it.
It's premium. That air is premium.
It's premium.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper to you. I think it's running at 270,000 per square.
Okay.
So like a 36 square meters small condo there, probably we like 7-8 million. And if you were to buy BGC 2008, that 9 million studio, one bedroom, 9 million, would just be around 2.8 million.
So it's
During
pretty
08,
pretty premium. Pretty premium.
Very
Yeah.
premium, but that's BGC for you. You want to stay in BGC, you want all the bells and whistle, you want the stock exchange to be close to you, then there's a price to
stock
pay.
exchange.
So there's a stock exchange behind us.
Yeah. Another question from Mary Ariola. Carl, what's your view on buying subdivision lots in Lipa City?
Okay.
So very specific na.
Very
Yeah.
specific. This is how you analyze it, no? Are you buying the whole subdivision to make money? Or are you buying this one? So I'm guessing you might be buying the whole subdivision, no? You're buying it cheap, I'm guessing, buying it cheap so you can resell it at the premium. Try to analyze what is the reason why it's still not sold. Is it mismanaged, or is there no demand? Or maybe there's no demand 10 years ago, that's why it flopped, but now you're seeing some new demand, no? Lipa City, I'm not familiar, but that's how you analyze. You analyze who will be your target buyer. Will it be people from Lipa? Or are you targeting somebody from nearby techno parks who would buy a second home there? Or are you targeting Metro Manila buyers who wants a vacation home? So identify your market. How much is your market making? And what is their psychology on why they want to go to Lipa City to buy your subdivision lots?
Pero worst case scenario, I buy a property, and then what's the worst case? How long will it probably take before it doubles? Will it take 20 years? Does that happen?
The answer, even if you're an expert, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
You can only like make a smart analysis, like a forecast. Can you predict when the stock will double?
Okay.
Okay, but I'm gonna share with you a story. One of our clients, we recommended him to buy an office property in BGC 3 years ago.
Okay.
It's a 25 million property, but he only cashed out 5 million. A few days ago, he was able to flip that property, and that 5 million returned 10 million net after 3 years.
Okay.
So that's double your money in 3 years, but it doesn't happen all the time. You just have to kind of make your hunch, your forecast, and go for where the supply is low and the demand is increasing.
But is it if you flip properties, the level of safety, is it okay, or does it expose you to a larger amount of risk? Is it advisable for everyone?
Personally, always remember, property is long term.
Okay.
If you're blessed and lucky to be able to do a short flip, that's a bonus. I don't recommend coming into property with the sole purpose of, okay, I'm gonna flip this in 3 years, I'm gonna make this much, because it's gonna be hard to predict.
Okay.
Bonus na lang yun. Yeah.
I see. There's a lot of condotels coming out now. There's a question from Brian Vicencio.
Hey, Brian.
How about condotels? What's the ROI? Is it feasible? So probably talking about Hotel 101, probably.
Yeah. I'm a fan of condo hotels.
Okay. I saw they have a new one in your market.
They're opening Hotel 101 Fort. If you want to know more about it, message me.
Okay. But what
I invested in Hotel 101 MOA, and I also invested in Hotel 101 Fort. No?
Okay. Actually, I'm interested about that. Let us know more. Okay.
All right. But I guess the mindset in buying a hotel is you have to understand that personally, I think if you buy your own condo and you play it well, you make higher returns. If you buy it yourself and you manage it yourself, di ba? Naturally, you get more returns. Wala kang ka-share. But why do I like hotel concept? It's because you put your money there and you don't do anything. You just sit down, wait for your money to be deposited every month. You will be sharing those profits with somebody else, the operator. Yeah? Ganun talaga, that's life. You cannot have everything. Diba?
What is there a percentage that the operator gets and the investors get?
Yeah, I think just to simplify it, maybe an investment in Hotel 101, they say can give you like 8% returns.
Okay.
But personally, you expect you aim for 8. Okay. But you probably get 5. Yeah, so that's how you manage it. No? It's a high of 8.
That's net of taxes.
Yes,
already. Okay.
Yes. So,
pero since it's a condo hotel, I get this question a lot. Though. What's the difference between that and those who would get time sharing programs for hotels?
Very different, Marvin. The condo hotel, I don't think there's still time sharing right now.
Okay.
Nahuli yung age natin, Marvin.
What's that actually?
Time sharing kasi is like...
So that's not existent anymore?
Not in the Philippines. So maybe in global vacation time. Time share is like you put in a certain amount of money, then you are allowed to use it for a certain period of time in a year. The Hotel 101 concept is, the Hotel 101 concept, the Connor Hotel of Ortigas is, you buy the property, clean. You own the title, you buy it. Then you lease it back to the operator.
But do you have a specific unit in the property?
Yeah, for Hotel 101,
it's fine. Yeah.
So for Hotel 101, they have a certain business model. Is you own the property, it's titled, it's under your name, it's yours.
But may specific unit or not?
Yes, you own a specific unit, right? But you lease it back to the you sign it back to the operator, and they just manage it. They lease it out for you. They clean it up for you. They manage your tenants. They manage your. You don't have to pay for association dues. There's no taxes. I think they even pay for your real property taxes. So everything is all in. Then they just remit to you the net profits. So for people who want something that is truly passive, they don't want to deal with it. That's the perfect product for them. And you get 10 nights for free.
And I think since it's the premium fees for that, it's not so high, or is it relatively higher?
Premium in terms of...
Sorry, the property itself, the property prices.
The property for Hotel 101,
yeah,
it's reasonable.
Okay.
On paper, it looks like it's a bit higher, but
Okay.
because it comes with curtains, aircon, TV, beds, renovated, wala ka na talagang gagawin. It's truly passive.
I actually saw the location. It's a good location. It's outside BGC.
Yeah.
And
It's nearby SM Aura, your home court. Yeah.
Okay, Anand, can you still take more questions? Okay lang?
Are you still okay,
Yeah.
audience? Ang haba na ng Facebook Live natin.
Janet Reyes, sabi niya, Sir, any view subdivision, General Trias Cavite, is that a good investment? Say, I guess it's the same, but he's asking more for General Trias naman.
Okay. Is General Trias subdivision a good investment? I'm not sure. It depends on who the developer is. Is General Trias as a location a good area of growth? Is it a good area now, or is it a good area 10 years from now? Okay, I think General Trias is a very good area. It's an upcoming area, and you have big players investing in that area.
SunTrust is there, no?
You have SunTrust Mega World there. We have Mega World. You have Robinsons. I think just opened a new mall there. It's a good sign, right? You have Ayala Land slowly building something there. You won't see it maybe in 3-4 years. And from a geographic point of view, it's very close to the Mall of Asia, which is also a premium location. And it's connected by a new infrastructure called the Cavitex. So I think General Trias will be a next growth area.
If you would force rank, Kawit Cavite versus General Trias, what would you pick?
From my point of view,
Okay.
being a guy from Quezon City, Kawit and General Trias are
Are the
just
same.
one and the same.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Very good analysis. Another one. This one naman, he's asking about I can't pronounce your name, but Avorgansado. He's asking, what can you say about Fern Residences in SMDC, in SM North? Tapos, his main question also is, in case I buy it for investment, who are my prospective clients in that area?
All right. On a personal note, I like SMDC. I
Okay.
like SM because they're affordable. In some areas, their properties in the Mall of Asia is increased a lot, but they're affordable. The space is not so big, but it's livable. It's an older people might say, "Oh, it's too small. Paano ka matutulog yan? Nakatayo ba?" No. But I think we have evolved.
Okay,
We
yeah.
don't need books anymore. We don't need a lot of stuff. Everything is digital, di ba? Right now, you don't even need your laptop anymore. You just need your phone, right? So I think SM properties are very workable. It caters to the young market. The
Okay.
young market like
Yup.
Marvin and me, no?
Yuppies?
The millennials, the yuppies.
Oh yeah, Carl.
Yuckies.
At 34.
36.
36.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I like about SM is they have these very nice amenities, di ba? Nice swimming pool, gym, social hall, play area. Then when you go down, you have the SM Mall, you have Chata, you have Serenity, you have Coffee Bean. So from a living experience point of view, I like it.
Okay.
So, if people likes that kind of development, then you are guaranteed that you have a prospective client. Somebody, okay, for SM North EDSA, I'm not familiar with Fern, but from a location point of view, I think your market for SM North will be definitely people who have careers in that area. They work in Quezon City, they work in... you have a large office community coming in Vertis North, Trinoma, in the next 3 years. These will be your tenant.
So it's not, I was actually thinking people from BGC or Ortigas, but they want something cheaper. They'll just try the MRT going there, or not
Okay.
necessary.
If you're working in BGC and you want something cheaper, I think Pioneer will be your closest bet. Yeah? That's the parang the more affordable living quarters
Okay.
for people in Makati and BGC.
Okay, but with that though, you have Vertis North, then you have SM. Would that be a lot of competition if you would want to rent it out, or it's not a
Okay.
problem because there's demand still?
Yeah, I think definitely competition is there. It's everywhere, no? If you're a restaurant, you're serving chat time. There's always competition. You're selling.
Mga favorite mo chat time.
No sugar kami ni Marvin eh. Ha?
Yeah.
So zero sugar.
Zero sugar's bad. Yeah.
Sugar's in your phone. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Just doing a
Hello,
Facebook Live.
yeah, hi. Hi.
Yeah, Benedict.
Very popular guy, Carl. He knows half the people here in BGC. So if you want connection, he'll look you up. Yeah.
I'm their slave. So for SM North, it's part of the game. You will have competition. You don't open a restaurant and say, okay, I'm gonna open a restaurant, I'm gonna open a barbershop. Wala bang competition? You will always have competition. But the question is, how can you make yourself stand out from the competition? Okay, the first question you ask is there a market?
I think I read that in your book, no? Galing. Yeah, I saw that in your book. Okay.
So the first question is there a market? If there is a market, then you're halfway good. How do you win the market? That's the second question. Competition will always be there, but it's really not a big deal. If you have, let's say, 1 unit, all you need to do is 1 tenant to get your unit, and you're done for the year.
Do you lower the price to get the tenant? Parang if the market price is 15,000, you go for 13?
Okay, there are a lot of ways to do a rental deal. No, there's you make your unit really nice, really high value. You price high. That's one. You make your unit really nice. You price at market price, so you're easily chosen. Or you do it the Chinese style. Low price, high value.
Okay.
Para mabilisan, para hardware store. So any's okay. But me, I'm a Chinese. I go for low price, good value. Yeah?
Interesting.
Parang chat time lang yan.
Another one, but you'll answer this kasi this is really your special.
Alright.
This is your show, no? Which is ideal, buying the physical lot or buying shares of the property developer? So I won't answer this.
Yeah.
He'll answer this. This is really about Carl D.
So I think Marvin would buy the shares. But personally, I would buy I will buy the land. Yeah?
Okay.
Because if you buy the land, it's very slow. Property is slow and steady. Try to ask any old person, anybody older than you, who bought land, if they ever regret buying land. I think almost very few people would regret that they bought land. Ask somebody who bought a, let's say, a Quezon City property for 850,000, now valued at 30 million. Basta may time.
What part is that? New Manila?
Yeah, let's say for New Manila, no, you can buy a 500 square meter house during the 80s for 850,000, and now you can sell that same property for 40 million. So just imagine when you are 26, like Marvin and me.
Yeah,
At 26, you set aside your 850,000, and then when you're 40 or 50, you sell it, it becomes 40 million.
Okay.
And you enjoy. So yun talaga yung purpose ng property. It's really a long-term product.
But would you suggest that they save up the cash to buy it, or would you suggest that they leverage and then just take out a loan when they would go for property? Because just to add to that, there's also a question there that baka my growth will be eaten up by the interest that I'm paying, or doesn't follow naman?
Okay, I think that's a very complicated question, but we'll talk more maybe in one of my 3-hour sessions. No?
Okay, yeah.
Personally, I like to leverage. I like to leverage. Manage properly. It's okay to have interest. It's okay to have interest. Manage properly. But of course, people always ask me, Carl, I want to be rich, or I want to be ganon. What is my secret?
I want to be like Carl.
I want to be like Marvin. The secret is really productivity on a day-to-day basis. Diba? Don't measure your life or your financials in a year. Just measure on a day-to-day. What did I do today that's productive? Like for me today.
For me, this is my highlight right here,
I
right
can go
now.
home after this Facebook Live. I'm productive today, diba? Having talked to Marvin Guillermo, I feel like $1 million, diba?
Now this is my peak highlight na just to be in when you're in the presence of greatness, parang wow.
How's the market today?
Okay lang. It's
So I'm not a stocks guy, but I try to follow Marvin Guillermo's footsteps.
okay ba? Can you still?
Okay, but to summarize, no? You have a question, but is stocks or property better?
Yeah.
Both are good. Find where you're comfortable with. Diba? If you're comfortable with stock, magaling ka, you're getting it, nakuha mo yung vibes, you have a third eye, just follow it.
Or why not do both, di ba?
Why not do both?
Oh, and here's something interesting.
One more,
Rick Flores, I'm trying to sell my house located in Commonwealth, and I'm trying to get a condo unit in BGC. Is this a good idea?
Okay, is it a good idea from a financial point of view? Is it a good idea because you have a personal desire to move to BGC because you have worked in BGC? So many factors. But let's say it's purely financial, no? Personally, I would want to have something that is rare, that is limited, no? So I would keep my house and lot in Commonwealth because I think land is really scarce. And if your area in Commonwealth is booming naman, I think there's MRT coming, di ba, in Commonwealth, no?
LRT2 or MRT7?
Yeah, LRT, something that goes to Bulacan.
Oh, MRT7, yeah. Okay.
Be patient.
Okay.
I think in 3 years, when the LRT7 finishes, the prices in your area will go up again. So yeah, just stick to your area. BGC, well, you're gonna exchange like what? 5-bedroom house for what? A small studio in BGC. Unless you have personal desire or need or dream to be in BGC.
Ayun,
So,
sinabi niya financial daw. I don't use that house. I live in Bukidnon and my business is here. I just want to have something that would be worth more.
I think both are okay. Both are okay. But personally, just keep your house. It's a very good house. It will definitely go up in value. If nobody's using it, maybe consider finding a renter just so somebody can maintain your house. Not for the returns, just find a renter so your house is being taken care of and nobody like squats in it or whatever. Just may gumagamit lang, no?
Oh, you have a follower here.
Hey.
Sabi niya, I bought properties in the amount of 1,000 pesos per square meter. Now it's around 3,500 already. So
Congratulations.
very
Yeah,
good, very good.
There you go.
So I have one last question, then
Alright.
we'll wrap this up. There's a couple of people saying that I want to buy a property, no?
Yeah.
I've got this question several times na they want to start their own, but instead of taking out a loan na 5 silang magkakaibigan, 5 OFW,
Okay.
that they'll just pool money together under a corporation and then buy the condo, then have it rented out. So for example, instead of them, they have 1 million each,
Right.
getting 1 condo each, then loan the 4 million out. What they'll do is 1 million each, then they just buy it directly, no risk of default because they buy everything already. Then they'll probably split the returns. Is that advisable or not so?
I think it's okay. It's okay. On a smaller scale, I guess it's okay. No, you share it 5. You share the profits of 5.
Or is the margin small already because there are a lot of people?
I think if your aim is so I can experience 100% what it's like to have a property with only a fraction of the cost, then that's okay.
Do people do that? Is it done in the industry?
I guess, yeah, definitely. In Filipino, we are a hati-hati, ambag-ambag.
Okay.
Parang it's like buying a pizza pie with 8, you share it with 8 people, di ba? So you get one slice
But
each.
is it better to do it under a corp, or they just get one trusted friend and then that friend buys it? Kasi the fees might be more expensive if they do a corp. Tas may
It depends on your friend.
Okay.
I guess if you go into these kinds of arrangement, no, to be transparent, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it just has more complications than you buying it yourself, right? If you buy it, syempre, let's say you buy it together, and then it doesn't work well. 3 might want to sell, 2 might say, no, let's hold on to it. People go different routes. So yun lang naman yung challenges. So what am I saying? I'm saying na you do it knowing all the risks that can come with this arrangement. So it's okay para you don't get surprised, you don't get disappointed, di ba? So yeah.
All right. So to close, what makes you optimistic about the Philippine real estate market, and what will you talk about in our Investing Insights 2018? Because you have to remember, guys, it's not just about stocks, it's not just about mutual funds, but it's about giving you options on where you can properly invest. Because I may love the stock market, but I don't believe that the stock market is the only investment that's there. We're giving you a plethora of options. And ayun, this is a late edition. It's nice that we have the property guru. Ako, one of the people that I respect in the property sector to be there. So, what will you talk about in January 20, and what makes you optimistic about the Philippine market?
So on January 20,
this is all yours.
oh pare, sobrang close out naman yan. So on January, no, you join me.
Okay.
I feel more handsome when I'm beside you. So on January 20, join me, Master Marvin, Master Randall. We're going to be together. We're going to talk about 2018. How can we profit from all the news that we're hearing in the marketplace, diba? GDP growth, FDI, FX, strengthening of Philippine currency, demographic sweet spot. How can we transform that and use it to our advantage? So I'll be talking about property sector, where to invest, what infrastructure, what area is coming about, what is the right mindset. So purely for property, I'm gonna share with you my insights on how we should approach 2018.
Interesting, no? Kasi yun I really want to see more Filipinos take advantage of this growth. Kasi sayang if we don't take advantage of this, it will just be the same names that will be earning in this economy. The Ds, the Chongsons, and the Gokongways who will be there. So, ayun, we hope that you guys join us. Carl is really busy, but he took the time for this. I just knew this just a few days ago lang. So,
I have to go back to cleaning the rooms at Shangri-La.
So, thank you for joining us, Carlo. Anything else?
No, I hope to see you all, and feel free to message me.
How can they reach you? Where can they touch base with you?
Facebook. You can reach out. You can reach me in Facebook. Just send me a message. And,
he's tagged here in this Facebook Live. So if you want
just
to
message me.
Inquire more about Hotel 101 or any of the properties here as well, or you need advice, I highly recommend this guy. One of the if when it comes to investing, it all comes down to, I guess, trust also, that you trust the people that you interact with. And even for videos that I create, I only do it with people that I know will be helpful for all of you. So
thank you.
Carl D will be there January 20, and I hope to see you all there, and we'll talk more about investing with the main goal of making you grow your money this 2018. So that's it for now. Thank you to everyone who joined us. God bless you. Have a great day ahead. And Stocks by Request will be tomorrow or the day after that. So God bless. Thank you to everyone from Sun Life who joined us. So see you all